Hello everyone, how do you do? Fine? I know that it's difficult working with virtual classes. That's why I prepared this video. But I'm going to tell you a secret. We are learning together and this is wonderful. So let's start. We will work with week number 3. How can we weatherproof ourselves? First of all, let's go to work with Awesome Reader. Find the reading Extreme Weather. Please read this chapter because we are going to use important information. When you finish to read the story, please answer the question on the page 130 and page 131. Open your book on page 68. It's time to work with your parents. In the exercise number 1, you are going to interview to your mom and to your dad, and you are going to ask him or her what is an extreme weather for them. Write their opinion on the exercise number 1. On the number 2, you are going to continue interviewing your mom or your dad. Ask him or her if they live a natural phenomenon. Ask the question that you see in this exercise. After reading Extreme Weather on Awesome Reader book, you are going to write the characteristics of the word that you found in the story. Please, it's important to read this chapter because you are going to do this exercise very well. In exercise number 4, you are going to talk about with your parents about an extreme weather phenomenon that happened in Puebla. Please, in the cloud, write all the characteristics that you investigate about this extreme natural phenomenon. Open your book on page 70. Please prepare your colors because you are going to use on exercise number 1. Because you are going to find 5 names of extreme weather. You can circle or you can color the word. In exercise number 2, it's time to work with internet because you are going to research the 4 kind of clouds that there are in the world. Write the names in each piece of paper. And in the bubble, you are going to describe how is the weather today. Go to the page 71. Before doing exercise number 3, you have to reread the story Extreme Weather on Awesome Reader because you are going to answer some question about that chapter. On exercise number 4, you are going to discuss with your family about the most dangerous extreme weather that happened in Puebla. When you finish to discuss, you have to write 2 statements. Remember, a statement is a synonym of sentence, and you have to write sentence or statement number 1 or number 2. Finally, in exercise number 5, you are going to identify what is the name of the extreme weather phenomenon that you see in this picture. Page 72. Before to do the exercise number 1, you have to listen an audio that you are going to find in your platform. The title is My Dad's Job. When you finish to listen the audio, you are going to do the exercise number 2. Look at the bold-faced words. Bold-faced means synonym of black words. Then you are going to classify the words that are written in black and put in the 2 squares. Modifiers, the verb, and modifiers, the noun. In this class, we are going to remember what an adverb is. I underline the information. Pay attention to the yellow rectangle because also I put a tick about the questions that you have to answer if you want to know if the word is an adverb. After that, let's go to do the exercise number 3. There are a lot of words on the rectangle. Please cross out the words that are no and adverbs. When you finish, use the adverbs to complete the exercise number 4. You have to write the adverb in the line to complete the sentences. Finally, in the bubble, you are going to write the principal or the main characteristic of a tornado. Use an adverb, please. Page 74. In exercise number 1, choose the correct word from the box to complete the sentence. Be careful to choose the correct word. In exercise number 2, you have some words. You are going to write in the rectangle if the word is an adverb or is an adjective. Finally, in the rectangle, you are going to write some example of adverbs in Spanish. 75. Today, let's talk about adjectives. As you see, I underline the definition of the adjectives and also I underline the example of the adjectives in a sentence. When you finish to check this out, please do the exercise number 3. The exercise number 1 is done for you. In exercise number 4, we are going to write 2 paragraphs. Do you remember the discussion that you had with your family about the weather phenomenon? Well, so I need that you write 2 paragraphs in this rectangle. The paragraph number 1, you are going to describe the weather phenomena using only adjectives. And in the paragraph number 2, you are going to write or you are going to describe the weather phenomena using only adverbs. 76. Today, let's to remember what a verb is. And also, we are going to talk about the regular verbs and what is the characteristic of these verbs. Pay attention to the gray rectangle. I underline the definition and also I underline what is the characteristics of the regular verbs. After that, let's go to do the information or the little text that we have in the exercise number 1 about Japan's tsunami. When we finish to read this little text, we are going to do the exercise number 2. Let's copy the verbs that you underline and that are in past. Please, it means that we have the suffix ed. Write in the correct column. Finally, let's go to describe 5 things that you did this morning in the bubble. And that's all. Page 77. Exercise number 3. Match the statement or sentences with the correct answer that is on the right side. After that, in exercise number 4, we are going to work this exercise on Zoom class because you have to write the activities that you did the last week. You can write the activities in the arrow or in the rectangles. 78. Let's go to read a little text that is called Japan Tsunami. When you finish to read the text, take a color, the one that you prefer, and underline the regular verbs in the text. Remember that the regular verbs end with ed. After that, let's go to do the exercise number 2. Let's go to use the chart to describe a movie that you like. It means that you saw. You are going to write the title on the line and then in the bubbles you are going to answer the questions. 79. Exercise 3. Imagine that you work in the movie industry. So in the piece of paper you are going to write a story of a movie that you saw. Write complete sentences and include the verbs in past. Exercise number 4. In Zoom class, we are going to share the information that you did in exercise number 3. Page 80. Read the text tornado chasers and then circle if the sentence is true or is false. Exercise number 2. You are going to listen an audio, Alexa's advice. Then you are going to write what is the story about in a very short way. Finally, in the bubble, you are going to write 5 different phenomena caused by weather. Page 81. Listen again the track Alexa's advice. After that, you are going to classify what kind of advices are these, if this is optional or is obligatory. After that, In exercise number 4, you are going to choose one natural phenomena, earthquake, fire, or drought. So, you have to write what do you have to do and what you mustn't do. Page 82. Exercise number 1. You are going to ask to your parent if they know a tongue twister in English, and if they told you, please write in the paper. Exercise number 2. Listen the track Some Yellow Yellow and write the missing word. And in the bubble, you are going to have 2 minutes to write and say a weather report. Page 83. Exercise 3. Write the letter L or double L in the blanks to complete the sentences. Number 4. Listen the track Alama Drama and number the picture in the correct order. In the rectangle, you are going to write a tongue twister using the vocabulary that you have above. Page 84. Listen the track Looking for Damage and then color and write. 85. Listen again the audio Looking for Damage. Color and write. Guys, in page 86, these are extra activities that you should do at home. Probably we are not going to do in some classes, but it's necessary to do these activities. 87. Write yes or no according to your opinion. Remember that you research about Japan tsunami. Well, it's time to work or it's time to write your comments. Why do you think that Japan tsunami is worthy of research? And what is the opinion of your parents? 90. You have 3 columns. You are going to answer the question that you have. Please. 91. Take your pencil and circle the countries that were mentioned during this week number 3. And finally, we finish the week. Thank you so much for your participation. See you soon.